Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. On the inhale, come forward to a plank and stay in plank. Push the floor away and look at the wall in front of you. And really engage the core so you're not dropping in the hips, nor are you lifting the hips. You're like a plank. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale, go back to a downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Soften the knees slowly. Walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart, about 2 fists. Keep the hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. If you're lifting your hands up, or you're on your fingertips, or you're bending your knees, put blocks underneath your hands. So your blocks are really helpful. They don't do you any good behind you. You know that, right? It's like having your mixer in the closet all the time in the kitchen. You know, you want to bring your props out where you can use them. Let the back of the head be heavy, long. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Now just soften the knees. Heel toe the feet out as wide as your mat. Come down to a squatting position. Bring your hands together in prayer. And press out with forearms. Squeeze in with the knees. A little yogi squat. Inhale. Exhale. If your heels are lifting up, you can put a blanket underneath your heels, or you can set on a block. But I would step my feet wider, so your toes are out here. And notice as you go wider, you can get down on your heels. Exhale 3. Good. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Place the hands on the floor and just gently come sit down. If you have blocks underneath the seat, just remove the blocks. Extend the legs out in front of you. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Exhale, place the right foot on the outside of the left. Dorsiflex the left foot. Pull the left toes back. Inhale, lift the left arm up alongside the left ear. And then exhale, twist over to the right. Bring the right hand behind you. Right hand a little closer to your hip than the wall behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, keep the left foot engaged. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Inhale, come back to center line. Exhale, extend your right leg. Inhale, bend your left knee. Place your left foot on the outside of the right. Pull your right toes back. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, twist over to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, make your right foot active. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come center. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend both the knees. Place the heels where the knees were. Feet are going to be hips width distance apart, 2 fists. Hands behind you, 6 to 8 inches with your fingers pointing toward the center of the room. Bring your chin into your chest. On the inhale, lift the hips into tabletop. Exhale, let the head go back. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Bring your feet back some. Inhale. Exhale, 2, you're too far out, knees over ankles. Exhale, 3, now they are. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Bring the chin to the chest and gently come down. Now cross one ankle over the other. Roll over the shins. Come onto the hands and knees. And bring your feet all the way back to the wall. So my feet are flat on the wall, not just the ball of my foot, but the whole heel. My hands are underneath my shoulders. My knees are underneath my hips. So I'm like an upside down table, right? I've just turned my table on the opposite direction. I'm going to lift the knees up. I'm going to step the left foot onto the wall no higher than my left hip. I'm going to step the right foot next to the left and look back at my toes, coming into an L-shaped handstand. If that's not available to you, downward dog is available. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Walk your hands back. You're too far forward. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the right leg up into the air and stay. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, put the right foot on the wall. Inhale, lift the left leg into the air. Stay. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, put your left foot on the wall. Soften your knees. Walk down the wall. Put your feet on the floor. Fold over your legs. Then put a little bend in the knees. Roll one vertebrae at a time up to a standing position. Yep. And then come to the front of the mat, standing into Tadasana, mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. Bring the chin into the chest and clasp the hands together in a fist behind the back. And then on the inhale, lift the arms away from the body. So let's do it with this right here. Hold on to that towel. Make yours as wide as you want. And then open up there. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 1. You can make it wider if you need to. Exhale, 2. Yeah. Inhale. Notice how that's really giving you some space. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arms, release the hands. On the inhale, bring the arms alongside the ears and lace the hands together in a fist. Bring your feet to touch. And then exhale, side bend over to the left and stay, stretching the right. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift back up to center line. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift back up to center. Exhale, bring the hands behind the skull. Fingers interlaced, elbows out to the side. Inhale, expand. Exhale, arch back a little bit. Stay there. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, arch back a bit more and stay there. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, arch all the way back, moving the pubic bone forward, but staying connected in your feet. Inhale, come stand upright. Exhale, bring the chin into the chest, the elbows close together, rolling down slowly. Inhale. Exhale, bring the nose to the sternum. Inhale. Exhale, forehead to sternum. Inhale. Exhale, forehead to upper abdomen. Where's your upper abdomen? Inhale. Exhale, forehead to navel. Where's your navel? Inhale. Exhale, forehead to pubic bone. Inhale. Exhale, forehead to mid-thighs. Inhale. Exhale to knees. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees to touch your forehead. Keep your hands behind your skull. Inhale, lift your chest up, your elbows out to the side. Modified chair seat. So look at the wall in front of you. Exhale, sit a little lower in your seat. Inhale, stand all the way up by pressing into your feet. Exhale, arch all the way back. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Exhale, extend the arms up toward the sky, reaching up. Fold over the legs in a Uttanasana. Soften the knees. Step the right foot back into a long lunge. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, drop to your knees and come and either sit in Virasana, hero seat, Sukhasana, easy seat. I mean, after all that, we could just do Shavasana, really, but I mean, we'd have all that time left over. Welcome, everybody. I thought I'd do things a little different. We'd just do that little we do that warm up right there in the express class, but not that slow. I did a little slower than we do it in express, but it's a nice warm up, especially as it gets colder. You're going to tighten up a little bit. We're going to chant a little bit, set a little higher intention here. So we're going to chant. I want to chant two different. I want to chant from page 54 from the Bhagavad Gita, but we're also going to chant from page 32. We're going to chant the Maha Mantra. Maha Mantra, very easy, 3 words, depending on how you arrange them, but it's only 3 words. Hari, Krishna, and Rama. So some people know this as the Hare Krishna Rama mantra, right? So we'll do 3 ohms. So this melody is very simple. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Your turn. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Continue. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now turn over to page 54. We'll chant from chapter 10, number 20 from the Bhagavad Gita. So we'll do this as a call and response. Aham Atman Gude Kesha. Aham Atman Gude Kesha. Sarva Bhutashaya Shita. Sarva Bhutashaya Shita. Aham Adishchamatya Amcha. Aham Adishchamatya Amcha. Bhutan Anta Evacha. Bhutan Anta Evacha. Good. That one's a little harder than the Maha Mantra, definitely. Okay. Aham Atman Gude Kesha. Sarva Bhutashaya Shita. Aham Aham Adishchamadya Amcha. Bhutan Anta Evacha. Your turn. Aham Atman Gude Kesha. Sarva Bhutashaya Shita. Aham Adishchamadya Amcha. Bhutan Anta Evacha. One time together. Aham Atman Gude Kesha. Sarva Bhutashaya Shita. Aham Adishchamadya Amcha. Bhutan Anta Evacha. So the Maha Mantra made of 3 very simple words. Hari is Vishnu and his cosmic form of being formless. He is someone who answers those that are in need. So Hari is seen as a remover of obstacles, right? So that remover of obstacles, what kind of obstacles are we talking about? Well, we're not talking about like, oh, I got to pay my rent and I need to come up with some money to pay my rent. That's not the kind of obstacle that you call on Hari about. You call on Hari about obstacles in the spiritual path or dharmic path. Those things that are keeping you from really centering yourself in unconditional love and empathy and compassion for other beings. Hari helps you overcome those obstacles, right? Krishna, you see Krishna, he's in form back here. Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu who comes to earth in a human form, and he's here to help set Dharma. Now, it's interesting because the way Krishna sets Dharma in the world is he breaks rules. You break the rules because the rules are no longer working for everybody, right? We got a lot of rule breakers now, but I'm not really sure if they're like trying to set Dharma or not, but there's a lot of people that love breaking rules right now. Rama is also an avatar of Vishnu who came in human form as a prince, but he follows the rules. So the message there in the Maha Mantra is that, following the teachings of Krishna, if the rules need to be broken, but follow the teachings of Rama if the rules need to be followed to achieve this idea of Dharma. But then, what does Dharma mean and how do you even find it? Well, Krishna tells you, he's basically hinting at it here when we chanted in the Bhagavad Gita. I am seated in the hearts of all living beings. Meaning the divine is in the hearts of all living beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and end of those sentient beings, or those entitles, or all those beings that have names. And so he's saying that if you center your practice on a heartfelt practice that's centered with unconditional love, with empathy and compassion for other beings, you're always going to do Dharma. You're always going to be able to achieve Dharma. You won't have to really think it out. But to do that, you have to really, take some time and think about how to put the energetic of the heart over the energetic of the thinking mind. The rational thinking mind that argues with you, whether it's right or wrong in what you're doing. There's those times in your life when in your heart it's the right thing to do, but the head is saying, no, we should do this because this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this is not going to work out. And then you do what the head says and it doesn't really work out. So as we practice today, we're going to practice a lot of things that are designed to bring the energy of the heart over the head. And just notice those asanas that we practice that are energetically meant to bring the heart over the head, just like you did the L-shaped handstand in the warm-up. That's why I did that warm-up. The inversions help you bring heart over head, the emotional over the logical. Because it's not logical to stand upside down on your head. It's emotional to do it, Fold up your chant books. Let's place them down to the mirror. I'll pick them up at the end. And stand at the top of your mat in Tadasana, mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. Gaze is at the horizon. And let's reconnect with your Ujjayi pranayama, your upward victorious breath. Let's set a metronome for that breath again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Thank you. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha if you let go of it. Bring the hands together in undulating mudra. At the center of the chest, at the heart center. Set a higher intention for the practice today. Maybe allowing yourself to be more heart-centered, more compassionate, more empathy. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Extend the arms up toward the sky. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Press palms into floor blocks. Inhale, lift the head and chest, prepare. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, move forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog, stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold, press the palms down. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra, extend. Exhale, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lift up into my hand. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, rise up, extend arms. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. One more time like that on your own. Begin. Good. With straight legs, inhale, hook the thumbs in front of you, raise the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten the arms and legs. Inhale, bend knees, place hands down next to feet, step right foot all the way back, looking forward. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Knees off the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog, move forward and up. Belly's off ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot in between the hands or blocks. Exhale, the left foot meets the right and fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, stand up, straighten the legs and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees, place hands down next to feet, step the left foot all the way back, looking forward. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, bend the elbows 2 inches, chaturanga. You're not laying down. Inhale, upward dog. Thighs are off the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, drop down to the knees, bend the elbows, chest, and chin to the floor. Hips are in the air. Inhale, slide your chest forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, seat to the heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lightly step the left foot in between the hands. Exhale, the right foot meets the left and fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. So we're going to do that again. Inhale, hook the thumbs, raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees, hands down next to feet, step the right foot all the way back, looking forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift hips. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, don't lay down. Inhale, upward dog, knees, thighs off ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot in between the hands. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back to heels. Lift knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. Good. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, put your hands on the earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga, your choice. You should be warmed up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, push through your left heel. On your inhale, lift the torso up, bringing the arms alongside the ears in a high lunge. So your back heel's off the ground. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. So it's a lunge. So let's do a lunge here. Inhale, extend. So closed hip in the back. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the right knee. Bring the hands together in prayer. Twist over to the right. Bring your left arm on the outside of your right thigh. And here again, you're not putting this left hip down. This is a closed hip. What does closed hip mean? It means the back heel's going up toward the ceiling. Know the difference between closed hip, open hip. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the torso up, coming back into your high lunge. Then exhale, turn the left heel down, open the arms and hips, warrior 2 with control. Good for you. Now the heels turn down. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, reach toward the center of the room. Place the right hand on the right shin or a block behind the right foot. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Trikonasana, triangle. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the right knee, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, extend your right leg 1 breath. Then exhale, rebend your right knee. Put your right hand down outside your right foot on a block. I like a block for this. Inhale, extend your left arm alongside your left ear, extended angle. Why do I like a block? Because you shouldn't be laying on your right thigh. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Let's move the block back and then move the foot forward. Exhale, 2. So here again, knee over ankle. Inhale, rotate this shoulder down so it's not pointing toward the sky, but it's pointing toward you. Look right here. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on the inhale, place the left hand down. Now come back onto the ball of the left foot like you did when you were in lunge, just how you started the sequence. Now put weight into your right foot in your hands. On your inhale, lift your left foot off the ground. Yeah. Now exhale, fold over your right leg. Now as you fold forward, you can point your left toes and lift your left leg higher, but already standing split is an inversion. It's a balance, but it's an inversion. The heart is above the head. So try to make that happen. Instead of lifting your head up, kind of trying to control the world and look into the center of the room, look back at the wall behind you. Fold forward and try to bring your forehead toward your shin or your knee. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 1. Let the heart be over the head. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on the inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, step your left foot back into a lunge where it came from in the beginning. Exhale, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. That's right. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. As you step your left foot forward, your right heel is going to still point up toward the ceiling. On the inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the arms alongside the ears. So don't turn this down. We're going to be on the ball of that foot. We want a closed hip here. So now you made it too short. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, rebend the left knee. Inhale, extend. You're going to have to move this foot forward because you shortened everything. You're shortening it. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. All right. Exhale, bend. Bring the hands together and then twist over to the left. Here again, this stance is about as long as your leg. So it's not shortening here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the arms alongside the ears in a lunge again. Then exhale, turn your right heel down. Open the arms and hips up, warrior 2. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, reaching to the left. The left hand on left shin or a block behind the left foot. Right arm reaching up. triangle trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift all the way up. Then exhale, bend the left knee, warrior 2. As you bend the left knee, this is going to tell you if your stance is too short. How do I know it's too short? If my thigh is like at an angle, and if my knee is in front of my ankle. So I'm going to leave this foot here. Don't touch it. Don't move it. Move that foot all the way up here, way up here. Oh, be generous in life. Be generous. Buy expensive gifts. Open your heart to people. Be generous. Yes. Well, now we know how stingy your stance is, right? So if you want to, yeah, but then your knee's over your ankle and you're going to mess your knee up. What do you want to do? Balance, right? We got to find both, right? Inhale, extend the left leg. Good. Then exhale, rebend the left knee. Place the left hand outside the left foot. Right arm reaches toward the center of the room. Again, yoga is about finding two different things at the same time. I'm finding balance. I'm finding expansion. I'm finding openness while I'm contracting. It's never one or the other. It's not a this or that. It's both at the same time. That's why it's hard. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Now on your inhale, gently place your right hand down. Come back onto the ball of your right foot, closing your right hip. Put weight into your left foot. On your inhale, lift your right foot off the floor, straightening your left leg. Yep. Then exhale, fold over your left leg. Walk your hands back. And here again, imagine that you're putting your forehead on your shin bone so that your heart is above your head. Now, this is what happens. This is what, when I say, this is about both those things happening at the same time. You still have a logical thinking mind. You're balancing the heart and the mind. The head is what's been working. Patanjali talks about that, the chitta. It's been functioning since the day you were born. Now you're using a little heartfelt. So it's about balance here. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, step your right foot all the way back into a lunge where it came from. Then exhale, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. And then exhale onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up. Look at the left thumb, side plank. Here again, it's about balance. It's about lifting. It's about core. Exhale, 1. It's about multiple things at the same time. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. Then exhale onto the left hand, the outside of the left foot. Raise the right arm up. Look at the right thumb. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. And exhale, go back to a downward facing dog. Good for you. On your inhale, step your right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, bring the left knee to the outside of the right foot and sit forward and down. Adva Matsyendrasana. Plug both sit bones into the earth. On the inhale, lift the left arm up alongside the left ear. Exhale, twist over to the right. You can always extend the left leg if that needs to happen. Don't worry about that, like we did in the warm-up. I just believe that one or more twists in a class is always better than just one. That's just me. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Now lift up from here, though. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, counter twist. And then inhale, come center and move your left shin forward. Stack your right shin on top of the left. For Agni Stambhasana, ankle to knee. Now, your right foot's going to hang off your left knee joint, so you can't see the soles of your feet. It's different from Padmasana, or lotus. Lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward. So bring this ankle all the way to here. Your foot's hanging off. And dorsiflex. You're going to feel it in your back of your hip, not in your thigh. You feel it differently now, right? Keep this foot active, though. Keep pulling the toes back. Don't let your toes relax. Yeah. Keep a dorsiflex. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. And inhale, just lift the head and chest up. Good for you. Now, this is so simple and easy. Swing your right leg around, come into a pigeon on the left side. You've done enough on the right that you can go to the other side. Then lift the head and chest, pull your left hip back, and exhale, fold forward. And as you fold forward, you can walk the hands forward. You can make a pillow for your head. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift the head and chest. Walk the hands back. And then bend your right knee and reach back. Hold on to the inside of your right ankle with your right hand. And just move your right heel close to your right hip, opening up the front of the right quadricep. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Still going that way. Let's go forward. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Gently release your right foot. Place your hands in front of you. Tuck your right toes under. Step back to a downward dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, bring your right knee to the outside of your left foot and sit down. On the inhale, lift the right arm up. Now exhale, twist over to the left this time. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Get you right here. You got to get over here. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 3. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale, come center. And the ankle to knee. Agni Stambhasana. So I like doing Agni Stambhasana because it really opens up. So you want, yeah. All right. I guess you changed something on me. All right. Then I think so. Flex the feet. Exhale, fold forward. Good. You twisted on both sides though, right? Yes? Okay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Now simply swing your top leg, your left leg behind you. Yep. Coming into a pigeon on the right. Then exhale, fold forward. Over the leg. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Then inhale, lift the head and chest up. Walk your hands back, but bend your left knee. Reach back, grab the inside of your left foot. And I got you. And as you do that, right here, you got a cramp. Oh my goodness. I hate that when that happens. You have to have a banana. And then you need a little potassium probably. Then move your heel towards your hip. Good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Gently release your foot. Place your hands on the floor. And step back to a downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, drop down to your knees. All right? Now from here, everybody, go to the wall. Okay? So you can bring your mat all the way back to the wall. Okay? And so everybody come over to the mat over here. Can I use your mat? Okay. So what we're going to, there's a lot of different inversions. Sometimes, like we get a little like jaded and all we do is like headstand, handstand, and forearm stand. But there's a lot of different inversions. Today, we're going to practice a tripod headstand. Okay? Tripod is a lot easier because the base of the seat is wider. However, unlike supported headstand, which we do all the time, where you're supposed to be putting all of the weight into the arms and the shoulders, there's a little bit of weight on the head in tripod. It's because the weight is equally distributed through the hands and the head. So the way that I like to tell people to come into it is come onto the hands and knees, and I can use the wall for this. And I'm going to put my hands back here by my knees, but I'm going to bring my head forward so that my head is on the ground, and I can see my hands behind me. Notice that my elbows are in on a 40-degree angle, or they've been on a 40-degree angle. From here, I can just start to press into the hands and lift up and find the wall. I can balance here like this. Okay? But the more I walk toward the wall and get my back on the wall, the more I'm going to come straight up. And we'll stay here for 10 breaths. Then when to come down, I'm just going to bend the knees. I'm going to use the core. I'm going to take the feet wide and come down. Okay? All right. Let's go for it. So kind of measure yourself out. Bring your hands back toward your knees. You should be able to see your hands in your peripheral vision. Then put your head on the floor with the back of your head against the wall. Then walk your feet forward. Now, there's a couple of things. If you're strong in the core, you can just lift your feet up, or you can bring your knees onto your arms. So that looked good, but as you come up, don't let the legs go out to the side. Go straight up. Now, bring them together. Yeah. Okay. Now, for those of you who put blankets underneath your head, I would come down. So blankets underneath the head, the problem is if you have too thick of a blanket, you're like not stable. So you got to take that blanket and you got to unfold it. And listen, your head is hard. Ain't nothing going to hurt your head. Like, that's the thing about the skull. Skull can take a lot of pressure. The idea that the skull is going to be injured. But if you plan on like coming up into this, you don't want a lot of fabric underneath your head. Now bring your elbows in. So elbows in, see how they're going out? I want them to come in, inward rotation. Don't let them go out to the side. Okay? Look at me, come here. So you're doing this. I need you to do this. So you got to activate your lateral muscles. Yeah, okay. Good. And after you practice about 10 breaths or played around with it, isn't that kind of fun? So Purnima, don't jump, walk forward and just come up. Because when you jump, your butt hit the wall and you just came right back down. Bring your hands behind the block. Now, bend your knee into your chest and bring your heel toward the seat. And then lift your other leg in the air, because you should rise it right up. Huh. All right. Now, come down if you're still up with control. Rest in a child seat for a few minutes. Now, we're going to just spend a couple of minutes in just a regular old headstand, okay? But you can use the wall. You're at the wall. You know, I just wanted to try a new version of a headstand with you. So interlace your fingers together, make one fist, place the top of the head on the floor behind your wrist crease. If you want to come back to the middle of the room, that's perfectly fine too. Lift your knees up, walk your feet forward. And here again, if you're using fabric underneath yourself, you got to be careful with this. You don't want to, I know, and you know, if you're going to do this, this is how you do this. You got to make it thinner. You're going to take your hands, put it under the fabric. Under the fabric, make a fist. Then this goes over. That way your elbows are on your sticky mat and they're not on this woogie fabric like an unmade bed. Now put your head here. So, you know, we did an L-shaped handstand. We did a standing split. We did a tripod headstand, and now a supported headstand. I want you to know that there's many different ways and into this idea of tapping into this divine energy within your heart. It's not one way. There's a lot of different ways, and all these different asanas are just metaphors for those different ways of approaching it. You know, some are going to approach it through bhakti yoga. Some are going to approach it through karma yoga. Somebody's going to approach it through jnana yoga. Somebody is going to approach it through physical hatha yoga. So we can tap into this energy of unconditional love and compassion in many different ways. Start to come down. And as you come down, rest in child seat. Just reach back, hold onto the ankles, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Then I don't mind which way you face. Reach the arms forward, press into the hands, tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, come into a downward facing dog. If you want to face the inside of the room, you just spin around. If you don't mind facing the wall, you can face the wall. Like I said, I don't mind personally. On the inhale, come forward to a plank, and exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, cobra, lifting the chest up. And then stay in cobra. Inhale, lift your hands off the floor. Exhale, 1. Squeeze your legs together because snakes only have one tail. Exhale, press your toes down. Inhale, lift your chest higher at the center of the heart. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Relax. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. As you grab the ankles, shift the weight from the pubic bone to the navel. Pull your navel in flat. On your inhale, kick your feet in your hands and lift up. Dhanurasana, seat of the bow. Exhale, 1. Good for you. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Relax. Let's do another one of those. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. On the inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down, relax. Rock out the hips. Bring the hands next to the chest, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look beyond your hands. On your inhale, gently bring your knees to rest behind your wrist crease and lift your torso up, coming onto your knees. Now, if you need to, you can take a little blanket or a towel and put it underneath your knees if you have tender knees, right? That's perfectly fine. Tuck the toes under so the heels are pointing up toward the ceiling. The knees want to be about hips width distance apart. The inner, about 2 fists. Then bring your hands to your hips, bring your chin into your chest. And think about lifting up first from the sternum and the chest before your pubic bone moves forward. So lift up from the middle of the chest, start to arch back. As you start to arch back, reach back and hold onto your heels. Then let your head go back in what we call rabbit. This is in Ustrasana, your hands are on your feet. Inhale. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift up, leading with the center of your chest. And just bring your knees together and come sit on your heels. You can cross the big toe, one big toe over the second toe. That's in Vajrasana, you're supposed to cross a toe over. I didn't learn that till a long time ago. I was like, oh, you're supposed to like cross a toe. My toes are kind of fat and stubby. They don't cross so well. All right. From here, we're going to do that again. But this time, you can do the version with the heels or come onto the tops of the feet. So lift the knees, knees about hips width distance apart. Tops of the feet are on the floor or toes tucked under, your choice. Bring your hands to the hips, bring your chin to the chest. Here again, think about starting from the chest. Center of the chest lifts and begins to arch back. As you arch back, then put your hands on the soles of your feet. Let your head go back last. And then breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift, leading with the chest. And then come sit on your heels again. One more time. Just breathe. Little twist. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg, your right hand behind you. Look over the right shoulder. Little seated twist. Then come back to center. Then twist to the other side. Then come back to center. This is so super easy. Sit down on your left hip and lay down on your back with your head toward the wall. Bend your knees. Tickle your heels with your fingertips. On your inhale, lift your hips, your lower, your middle back. Clasp your hands together in a fist underneath you. Half bridge. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Release the hands and come down the middle back, the lower back, and the hips. Now, does everybody have 2 blocks? Yes? Okay. You're going to take these 2 blocks. We're going to put the 2 blocks, this little cream-colored molding. I'm going to put the edge of the block on that cream-colored molding so that it's not going to go anywhere. Okay? Then I'm going to lay my head down in between the blocks. And then I'm going to wrap my fingers around the bottom edge of the block, pushing the block up into the wall. Okay? Knees are going to be bent. You want your feet parallel, and you don't want them together. They're about hips width distance apart. Okay? Now, push the blocks into the wall. Now, some people are having a little trouble. So what you want to do is you want to get the block on your mat. Oh, yeah, you don't want it off the mat. You want it on the mat, so the sticky mat's holding it in place, and the edge of the block right there. Now, wrap your fingers around the bottom edge of that block. Now, push in the block, push the block into the wall, lift your hips, lift your chest, lift your head, extend your arms, coming into upward bow. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, 4, engage your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, 5, bring the chin in the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. Now that's a heart opener, right? Woo, yeah, all right. So we'll do a few more of those. I like the blocks because it really helps a lot of people come into it, especially if there's tightness. Remember, when we talk about the heart center, we're talking about the whole shoulder, upper body, pectoral muscle, lateral muscles, rhomboids, and trapezoid muscles that are all involved in that. So if there's tightness in the shoulders or the rhomboids or the lateral muscles or scapula, this helps you come up. If you want to do it without the blocks, be my guest. If the blocks seem to help you, stay on the blocks. Place the hands on the floor or on the blocks, your choice. And on your inhale, come up again. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper and the middle of the lower back. So to get into it, you're just jamming yourself into it. You know that, right? I like the blocks. I like the blocks for you because, 1, it keeps you in control. You went from here all the way down there. So this centers you, grounds you. So you're not, and your energy is moving upward, not into the middle of the room. So come back here, come back into between the blocks. Yep. Now, and then get your elbows up. Yeah. Now, check your feet out, because right now they're like this. I want you to do parallel. Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, lift up. Exhale, 1. Lift up from your shoulders. Exhale, 2. Lift up, not toward me. You're going toward me again. You're going toward me again. You're going toward me again, not up. Exhale, 3. Inhale. No, it's the way you do it. Exhale 4, it's not the blocks. Inhale. Exhale 5, because you did it worse when you were out the blocks. You came crawling toward the middle. So the energy here is upward, not just pushing into the middle of the room or into your knees. So you have to learn to use your shoulders to push up. Okay? Bring the knees into the chest, give little knees a little hug. Upward bow's difficult because here again, upward bow is yes, it's a deep back bend, but it's an inversion. So when you're inversions, sometimes you actually don't really understand what's going on. You don't understand where the energy's coming from because everything's topsy-turvy. But upward bow is another energetic where the heart is above the head. Allow the knees to come over to the left. Extend the right arm out. Look over the right shoulder, twisting. And come back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. Then go to the opposite direction. And come back to center, bring the knees into the chest, and then hold on to the knees, rock forward and back, rock forward and back. Come up to a seated position. Extend the legs straight out in front of you. Hey, everybody, let's do this. Take those 2 blocks that you have on the wall. It's like you've done all this work of opening up the center of the chest. Let's try to keep that in a forward fold. So I want you to try this. I want you to take your legs wide, not too wide, like kind of that wide, and put the blocks underneath your knee joint. So I have bent knees, okay? And then just rock back and forth for a second and find your sit bones. You feel those bony bones? Then reach down, grab the outside of your feet. Okay, so notice I have my block on that higher setting. It's like a little higher. Yeah. Now, as I grab the outside of the feet, lift your chest up. Okay, so you're coming to a flat back instead of rounding the back and looking at your own crotch. Lift up and then exhale, pull yourself forward in between your legs. Really, this is a variation of tortoise. But what you're trying to do is move the chest forward beyond your feet. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then inhale, lift up. Take the blocks from underneath your knees. Keep your knees bent and bring your legs together so you're on your heels. Now reach down and grab the outside of your feet. Lift your chest and then slide your heels forward, coming into a forward fold. I think Christine's like, oh my God. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Nice, everybody. Exhale 4. Inhale. Keep looking slightly forward. Exhale 5. Instead of at your knees, look at your toes. Exhale 6. Don't look back because that rounds the back and causes the chest to concave. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. On your inhale, lift up. And exhale, Dandasana staff. A little inclined plank or tabletop, your choice. Point the toes if you're coming into inclined plank. Bend the knees, place the feet down if you're coming into tabletop. On your inhale, lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Come down. And from here, you have a choice. You're right at the wall. So if you would like to experience Viparina Karani, you can just bring legs up the wall. If you would like to come into shoulder stand, you can come into shoulder stand. You can also come into Viparina Karani and then come into shoulder stand. You can use the wall as a prop to get into your shoulder stand. I don't mind. But if you're coming into shoulder stand, I like a little blanket action. So little legs up the wall. Or a little shoulder stand. Final inversion. So half inversion if you have legs up the wall. Shoulder stand, full inversion. I love how simply Krishna says that I'm in the center of the heart of all beings. I'm their beginning, I'm their middle, I'm their end. Because sometimes when you have something like a sloka that's that simple in expression, sometimes those are the most deep slokas. Because there's a lot of hidden messages there underneath it. One, the message is that there's a spark of divinity within all of us, within all sentient beings. The ones we like, the ones we don't like, those that we call family, those that we call friends, those that we don't call strangers, we call them, all those beings have that same spark of divinity. It also implies that you have the ability to be godlike, that your actions can be divine, that your actions can be centered in a nature of love and devotion and happiness and joy. And that when we act in a way that isn't godlike, we're closing down the heart. We're kind of sealing off that energetic in the heart and pretending that it's not there. We're not recognizing it. And that's probably the other hidden message, is that you have to recognize that it's there. You have to see that it's there. And once you see that it's there in yourself, you automatically have to acknowledge that it's there in other sentient beings. Human beings, water beings, sky beings, mountain beings, earth beings, dirt beings. Well, sometimes when we think of beings, we just think of other humans. Because that's called speciesism, where we only think that humans matter. And humans are the only one that thinks humans matter. I mean, talking about narcissism, I don't think you ever can find a hornet that thinks that a hornet only matters. But humans, oh yeah, we can think that we're the only thing that matters. In fact, there are systems within medieval Europe that put God, king, humans, and then listed every other living creature all the way down to worms in a hierarchy of what mattered most and what mattered the least. What Krishna is saying is that you can't do that kind of categorization of God, king, those that are under the king, and then all of the sentient beings below. that all beings equally have this divine energy. So to categorize is to not see their divinity. Bring the feet overhead, let the toes touch the floor behind the head. Clasp the hands together in a fist, halasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And then just bend the knees, bring the knees alongside the ears. Karnapidasana. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then place the hands on the floor like brakes. Slowly come down until the hips touch the floor. If there's any padding underneath the shoulders, move the padding off to the side. If you have legs up the wall, come lay down. And let's all lay down so our head is toward the center of the room and our feet are toward the wall. And then press into the elbows, puff up the chest, come on to the top of the head, coming into Matsyasana, fish. That's what I mean, like water beings, fish. They matter too. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Press into the elbows, bring the chin and the chest and come down. You can take a blanket and put it underneath the knees if the lower back is tender. You can place a blanket on top of you, preparing for Shavasana. Now, consciously lay the body down. Also, you want to be a little bit away from the wall enough that you're not touching the wall, because that's going to bug you in your Shavasana. So you just want to have your feet not against the wall. Consciously lay the legs, the torso, the arms, the head. Let the breath breathe the body, letting go of the Ujjayi pranayama. Let the body become heavy by letting go of Mula Bandha. And let the earth just support the body 100%. Shavasana, corpse seat. Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions, like you're waking up. Stretch the right side more than the left. Stretch the left side more than the right. And then stretch both sides. And then draw the knees into the chest, give the knees a hug. And then roll over to the right side. And just stay there for a second. And then pressing the left palm into the earth, lift the torso up and come up to a seated position. So we're going to practice a little meditation. This is a meditation that I've been doing for this exploration about the heart. And it's about becoming more aware of the heart. Now, scientifically, the heart is on the left side of your body. but the spiritual heart is in the center of the chest. Also, there are mudras that are associated with the heart. So Anahata mudra, you're going to bring your index finger to the base of the thumb, and then and this is on the right hand. Right hand, you're going to bring the right index finger to the base of the right thumb, and then bring the middle finger and the ring finger to touch with your pinky finger extended. This is called Anahata mudra. You can let the right hand rest on the thigh. And then bring the left hand to the center of your chest. And close the eyes. And allow your breath today just to breathe organically. You don't have to breathe in any special way. But I want you to start to draw senses inward and within your left hand. And within you, I want you to hear your own heartbeat and feel your own heartbeat. And once you find the rhythm of that, focus on the heartbeat. And as the mind wanders or chatters, just focus on the heart. Feel how the heart is moving the energy through your whole body, and that the rhythm of the heart is pulsating through your entire being, even though you don't pay it much attention, because it's happening all the time. Focus on that and see if you can feel that pulsation of the heart, not just in the center of your hand, but then all of a sudden through your entire being. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. And now for the sound of Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly to meet the hands, giving thanks and praise for the teachers and teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru, Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here this morning. A wonderful class to share with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. A couple of you just can't get enough of me. Tonight, I'm teaching a workshop at 5 o'clock called Go Hanuman, and we'll be practicing the sequence will take us up to Hanumanasana. So we'll be doing Hanumanasana, but then Devadas is going to come in, and then hour is going to be us on Chalisa together. So that sounds pretty cool. Also, I'm going to tell you about all the rest for the rest of the year. So December the 8th, Kristen Hoffman is back at the studio. She's going to be doing one of her sound journeys. She's a vocalist. Yes, she singing bowls and stuff like that. But unlike a lot of the people who do sound bath stuff, she's a trained opera singer. It's amazing. So check that out. Then New Year's Eve, we're going to do a big celebration here. So there's 2 ticket options. The first ticket option includes a yoga class with Matthew and myself. And then that's going to be followed by a vegan dinner. So you get the yoga class, you get the vegan dinner. Then there's a second tier. You get, by the class and the dinner, then you get the whole evening. So then the second tier is there's going to be a puja with Priest Prakash. Then Devadas is going to be back for kirtan. Then there's going to be about 45 minutes of mauna. Mauna is silence. In other words, you're not going to, it's not meditation. You can journal, you could write, you could read, you could do whatever you want to. It's just no talking. Then about 11:45, we'll hand out everybody as little gifts mala beads, that your new mala beads for the year. We'll chant 108 Lokasamastas. Will ring in the new year with a little non-alcoholic fizzle and little New Year's wishes. So we hadn't done that. We had not done the New Year's Eve celebration since the pandemic, and I figured we're going to need a little love and light going into 2025. So if you don't with the crowd like all the amateurs at Times Square, make plans to be with us.